Hey everyone, welcome back to the ATYL Media Channel. My name is Taylor Kitchen, and of course you recognize Buddy Pooley, all here today talking about some short track racing with Gavan Boschele, full-time driver in the ASA Stars National Touring Series, the number 24 with Wilson Motorsports. Gavan, thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, I know you're on location right now at Nashville. So how's the weekend kind of started for you so far? A little crazy hectic so far?
Well, we got in late last night. We're kind of waiting on like the rain, I think. So we practice until this afternoon. We race tomorrow. So it doesn't really look very good for us to race at all this weekend. So it's one of those things where we just sit around and kind of wait, which kind of sucks. But yeah, not a lot going on right now. Just kind of hanging out and just chilling at the hotel. There's not much for us to do.
Well, we'll dive into Nashville a little bit later. I know it's not looking great weather-wise, but we'll at least try to talk about it just a little bit. But I want to start off by talking about the Clyde Hart Memorial win for you. It was such a big deal back in February. I'm curious for you, has that kind of opened some doors career-wise for you, kind of moving forward this season, maybe next season? And how has that helped boost your confidence going forward too?
Yeah, I think definitely as a team as a whole, for like all my guys like me, Dennis, and everyone, I definitely think it shows that we are capable of going to the track and winning every race. So no, but I stay humble, keep working hard, and you win enough races, the career down the road will sort itself out. So I just focus on working hard and just keep winning. And we're chasing a championship this year, so we got to be really, really consistent. We're second in points right now in one of the series and third in the other one. So it's all about consistency and just we gotta stay sharp. And my guys are one of the best in the pit area. So we're capable of winning every single week. And no, it was a huge win. I was so blessed and it was awesome. Just a great week there. But we got a lot more races coming up, so just got to keep full out of steam.
Now, I mean, winning for you, you've been used to it since you were a little kid, 3, 4 years old. You're one of the most winningest drivers at Millbridge. Where do you think that instant success came from, and where did the love for racing come from at such a young age?
Well, my dad played football. I wasn't in racing at all, but we were racing state, North Carolina, Mooresville, kind of Charlotte area is like racing capital. So
Yeah.
we drove by Millbridge one day. I was probably about 3.5, and so those little go-karts going by, ATYL cars. That was when Millbridge had like little white tires and all that. And then we ended up buying a little yard cart, and Nick Hoffman kind of helped me get my career started, and Tyler Lewis and I would chase him in the parking lot, and he would have a string attached to the kill switch. If I ever got too close to him, he would yank the kill switch. So that's how it started. And when I was about 10, I was like normal. I played football and basketball when I was younger, and then my dad asked me what I wanted to do, and I chose racing probably around like 11. And then ever since then, just kind of been going after it since then. So it's been fun though. It's been long, a lot of traveling, a lot of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. But hopefully it all pays off.
You decided to choose racing at like 10 or 11 years old. Did you have a driver that you kind of looked up to, or that you followed as you were kind of making that path towards a career for yourself?
Oh, when I was younger, I always looked up to Jimmy Johnson. I don't like he was probably the best driver at the time. I mean, I consider him one of the greatest of all time. So that's kind of like my guy. Yeah, he's
the GOAT.
He was winning all the time and all this other stuff. So I mean, I really loved him. So that's kind of who I looked up to when I was a young kid. And I don't really have too many favorite drivers now. I like Christopher Bell a lot, and then there's a few others that I kind of like idolize, but not as much as I used to as I was a young kid.
And these drivers now, even Jimmy Johnson, now working as part of Toyota. You are a Toyota racing development driver. How has that helped shape your career? And, what has that helped you do going forward as being part of Toyota? Like what do they bring to you to help develop as a driver yourself?
Obviously, they have TPC, all the great people there. They help you very, very well, strength wise and kind of mind wise and nutrition wise. Then you have the racing side, all these teams that opportunities that they have, which is very nice. I haven't got the chance to meet Jimmy Johnson yet, but hopefully one day I can, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, they do a great job over there. I love it. It's awesome. I'm so fortunate to have the opportunity to race for them, and I love it.
The fastest growing name in the motorsports industry is the Racers brand of safety gear and apparel. Winners wear K1.
Now, you mentioned, you love Christopher Bell. You got a chance to drive Christopher Bell back in the day. You've driven for, the Swindells, and you've been able to surround yourself with some great people, have great relationships, like your relationship with K1 Speed. Talk about that and just how that has grown since you've been with the company.
So Christopher is really my first ever micro test. I was at Millbridge and I was running the micro and he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, if you drive like that tomorrow night, you're gonna win." And I ended up winning. So he's always been there for me and everything I've ever driven. So he's always had my back and taught me and gave me so many lessons and just kind of he's done a lot to help my career. So I can't thank him enough. And obviously I've been with K1 for a very, very, very long time. And JR is just a great dude. I love him, and he does so much for me, and I couldn't thank him enough. But his stuff's great, and it's continuing to grow, and I love to see it.
You've been such a good ambassador for K1, and I guess over time, how have you seen that relationship with K1 grow, and kind of what are you excited about, continuing to work with them in the future too?
I mean, their new suits I just got and their new type of like clothing, it's really, really good. I mean, honestly, when we were younger, it was just kind of started off something small. Jared was just kind of talking to me, my dad about it, how he wants to grow it and all this other stuff, and it really just took off. I mean, he's done a great job. He's pretty much family to us now. He's always hanging out with us when he comes in town. So, no, it is awesome. I can't wait to see how much bigger it gets because it's already grown so big. But it's pretty cool to see what he's done and accomplished in such a short little time. So. I can't imagine what the future is going to be like.
And I want to kind of switch gears here, talking more about racecraft with you for a second. You've competed at so many different places, as we've talked about from a very young age. Is there a track for you that has challenged you the most, where you feel like it really has challenged your racecraft, challenged you from the mental side as well of being a race car driver?
I wouldn't say there's definitely a few tracks in the asphalt place that takes a minute for me to learn. If I go to like a new place and then the dirt track, obviously, there's a few like challenges that they have, but I don't really I try not to get too mentally challenged or physically challenged by those tracks. Just kind of keep looking at film and studying, make sure I'm really prepared before I go there and all the other stuff to get to help me before I get on the track. So that kind of helps, but I kind of stay focused. There's a few tracks that kind of get me first few practice sessions. I'm like, all right, I need to do this, need to do that different. But no, I don't really get too bad like that. But no, I kind of stay focused and just watch film, and yeah, that kind of helps me a lot.
You mentioned looking at film. I don't think from either the fan perspective or even like the journalistic perspective, I don't think we realize how much time actually goes into like preparing for these races as a race car driver. How many hours are you putting in each week before a race to make sure that you're ready to go when you are at the track?
Yeah, obviously we have pre-race meetings usually every week at some time, and then we'll just kind of I'll go over film. I don't watch it like every single day, but like when I'm like about to go to bed at night or some free time throughout the day, I just kind of sit down and watch some film and like see what I can do better, and then go over to the shop and talk to my crew chief. At least I'm over there at least once a week to grab my stuff, and I'll have a chat with him about what we're gonna do this weekend or following the next race. So there's definitely a lot of preparation that goes into it, especially the guys at the shop. They work probably 10 times harder than I do. They're why we get to the track and why we can race. So they put in so much work, and I'm so thankful for those guys to bash every single week to get my car out there. But no, I think it's a group who put in a lot of work and a lot of dedication. But yeah, those guys at the shop, they're the reason why we can get to the track every week. Because if I was working on the car, I don't think it would make it past first practice. So very, very thankful for them.
Now, you're running a much shorter schedule than you used to. You used to run, 80, 100 races in the dirt world. Now you're asphalt. We're a little bit more laid back, only run about 40 races a year, I guess. Do you miss that grind, or do you feel like, you've logged your reps and you're ready to shift your focus on, studying more film and, running all these asphalt races?
It depends. Some days, like I like the free time. I like being home, hanging out with my friends, just kind of seeing all my family, just kind of being around the house, having a lot more free time. But at the same time, it kind of sucks not racing as much. It's a lot different now, but I don't mind it if I could run a few sprint car races. Like I think we're talking about running a few sprint car races, hopefully this year, and that would be nice to do that. So I'd be excited if we could run maybe like 10, and then that would kind of fill the schedule. Just some of my off weekends and just doing something fun. So. But no, I don't get too bummed out. I feel like we did it for so long. My dad and my whole family's starting to get tired out, wore out. I don't know how Larson still does it. It's pretty crazy, but we did it. I did it from like 9 to like 15. So I don't know how he still's going strong, but no, we raced so many times. Like I remember one summer we were on the road for like maybe a month at a time. We didn't go home. So
Oh my
I
gosh.
think my mom definitely doesn't, she likes this schedule a lot. She loves it. She enjoys this. My dad,
Yeah.
we're okay about it. Like we don't mind it. We would like to race some more, but I mean it's nice to be home, for summer, all the holidays. But no, I feel like I've done so much of that. And I've kind of gotten I feel like we got burned out, but I would
Yeah.
still love to run some sprint car stuff, hopefully, maybe like 10, 15 races in the future, but that'd be nice. I always want to run dirt again. I love dirt.
I mean, running sprint cars is something that you have on your list to hopefully run this year. Is there anything else this season that you're hoping to run, maybe have the opportunity to run, whether it's on the asphalt side or the dirt side that you're working on right now?
I really want to do like the Chili Bowl this year. We're talking about running the midget later on in the year, like the California swing, running that, going down there and getting ready for the Chili Bowl. And then just obviously like 10, 15 sprint car races, hopefully some 410 stuff, running some high limit stuff. I would hope to be. Yeah, so that would be probably my goal this year to hopefully we can get in one and that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So you're racing in Nashville this weekend. Obviously,
The hope.
Nashville's an yes,
Yeah,
hopefully, yeah.
but
Obviously, Nashville's an absolute animal. The supers there are incredible. What are your expectations coming into the weekend?
Well, I've been here in a pro twice a while ago from like my first ever late model races. Super's a way different animal here, I bet. But no, I think if we can, I want to obviously win every single time, but we just need to have like a solid top three run this weekend. We didn't really we haven't been running great the last 2 weekends. A lot of bad luck, and then just stuff's been happening. So it's all gonna come back in full swing. Hopefully we can get some good luck here and hopefully we can win this weekend if the rain holds off. But I feel pretty confident. These guys are always so fast here when they come here. So I just gotta kind of learn the track and get comfortable real fast so we can get dialed in and hopefully we'll be pretty good.
Well, I'm curious
Awesome.
for you too, working or racing against guys like Bubba Pollard this weekend potentially, and Cole Butcher. What's that like to work with or race against some of these veterans in this series, and how does that push you forward?
It's pretty cool. I don't really get phased by it anymore. Ever since I was like a little kid, on the dirt world especially, there's a lot of NASCAR drivers that would come in and like Kyle and Christopher that would all come and race in the dirt stuff. So I would get pretty nervous at first, but now I kind of learned I need to calm myself down and then just look at it like they're any other person I'm racing on the racetrack, which is kind of hard to do since they're so great. But that's kind of how I look at it now, and I know that I can compete with these guys. So you gotta kind of look at it as a positive thing. So they're obviously really, really good at what they do and everything, but it's gotta keep that mindset of they're just any other ordinary guy you're racing. Because if you get too frazzled up, you're just not gonna do good. So that's kind of my mindset going in. I ask Cole a lot of questions. He helps me. He's a good dude, and yeah. But I'm thankful he's on my team to help me.
Yes.
And all those other guys are really, 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 really great. So it's definitely tough racing them, and I've learned a lot so far racing around them.
Now, Mitch, you come from the dirt world. I gotta ask, do you think coming from there to asphalt, I think of guys like you, Jade Avedissian, who I cover in the car store. Do you think it slows down everything in an asphalt car because of the sensation of speed that you get from racing dirt?
Yeah, I would definitely think so. Yeah, for sure. As far as like wheel spin wise, and there's other stuff that I can translate from like a sprint car and midget to a like super late model. Like wheel spin's about the same. You kind of gotta be easy on the throttle when you start losing tires, almost like racing on a slick track. And there's just a whole bunch of other things, but it definitely slows things down on faster tracks. There's definitely faster tracks where it feels like I'm going pretty fast. Like Winchester in the super feels like you're hauling it there.
Yeah.
But no, it definitely feels a lot slower. Everything's kind of in slower motion. So I'm kind of thankful I've done that my whole life, and then came over to asphalt because I don't know if I could have done asphalt to dirt at all. So yeah.
Well, Gavin, fingers crossed that the weather holds up this weekend and that you're able to get out on the track. But thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Let it rip.